Hello everyone, I'm here in Santa Monica, California. It's probably about 75 degrees right now. I'm here for a conference called Unleash Summit. So the most well-known startups come and present, and some startups that will be well-known in the future come to present. The past years, Evan Spiegel has spoken from Snapchat. Dr. Paxton Chong, who is the most successful entrepreneur here, he wanted to make it a livable disease. Earlier today, I was watching billionaire Michael Milken interview General Petraeus. And the thing is, what's amazing about when you get these things, it's like if you really want to learn, grow, and have a global macro perspective, you really have to see the people that are in the front lines. And so if Michael Milken talks about how in China, 60% of the population wants to leave China for the people that have money in China, how does the country of China retain and keep its citizens happy? So when you go to these global conferences, whether here in Santa Monica, or you go to Davos, Switzerland, or you go to TED conference up in the Vancouver area, the point is you'll meet the people that are literally changing the world and shaping the world. And so for a lot of my clients who are entrepreneurs, they're always looking about how can I level up, how can I get to the next level, how can I find stronger clients and colleagues and investors, and it comes down to going to these conferences. Surprise, surprise, like one of my friends and colleagues, Keith Ferrazzi, who wrote the book Never Eat Alone, he's here moderating a panel, and Brian Lee, who co-founded the Honest Company, will be here as well, and Cindy Crawford will be here as well, the former supermodel and now turned businesswoman who lives up in Malibu. But I thought I'd just give you a really cool view at the end of this. The topic today is 4 simple habits to do in the morning. I have something called the Seemingly Simple Life. SEEM, S-E-E-M, is an acronym. It stands for sleep, exercise, eat, and meditate. It seems so simple, but if you really want to start off the day, have a fired up day, it's about keeping a consistent schedule, having a specific habit down so that you can actually perform at your best. So sleep is an obvious one, and it seems obvious, but is it really? We live in a world where back in the day, for tens of thousands of years, we would wake up when the sun rose and go to sleep when the sun went down. But now it's changed because we choose to go out and have the lights on and the computers on, and the iPads on and the iPhones on, so it's much harder for us to go to sleep sometimes. I was just reading a book called The Power of When by a guy named Dr. Michael Breus, and he talked about how there's 4 main types of people or 4 main types of sleepers, and so he categorized it into animals. And the first animal was lion, then it was a bear, dolphin, and then wolf. And essentially the lion, and this is all about the circadian rhythm. It's all about, we all have this biological clock inside of us, and so most of it's genetics, but he talks about pretty much lions like waking up early. They're the hunters, they like getting things done, they're just amped up and energetic. The bears are the majority of the population, where sometimes they just kind of like get maybe 9 hours of sleep, and sometimes they take naps. Then you have the dolphins, who have one eye open and one eye shut. And then lastly, which means they don't really sleep very soundly. And then lastly, the wolves. The wolves are the ones that are nocturnal creatures, the ones that are up late at night, like the musicians. And so when you look at that in the context of what type of animal you are, you might find that, let's say you're in a relationship with someone and you're a lion and she's a wolf, and you have just this mismatch of sleeping schedules because it's not something that you wondered or pondered. This is actually based on empirical studies and science and medicine. And so if you want to read a book about sleep and circadian rhythm, I highly recommend The Power of When. So the first thing is you do your best to sleep well, and by sleep well, it means you try to have a complete dark room. You try to, in my case, I have a air purifier. I also have the hypoallergenic sheets because I have allergies. But you want to do your best to sleep as well as possible, which is in a really dark room, no noise, and ultimately you wake up more refreshed. Next one is E for exercise. Sometimes people don't like exercising, but even if what I do is I just exercise at least 6 minutes in the morning, and I put up this guy named Mateusz M. He's a Polish composer. He has inspirational videos online. So I literally I'm listening to Steve Jobs when I wake up in the morning, when he is speaking about his life and talking about connection and talking about doing what you love. And behind the background is inspirational music, epic music. So that's how I start off every morning, in that I have this 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 20 minutes video playing in the background, inspirational stuff going, and it just motivates me to exercise. The next one is eat. Ideally you eat protein in the morning, and You just do your best to eat clean. I mean, that's one of the most challenging things. And lastly, what I think is most important for all of us is meditation. Some of you know about it, but it's been empirically studied by Harvard researchers that meditation reduces stress, helps you get more clarity, helps you get more focus. So it's about focusing on things that have been empirically studied, because from sleeping, eating, exercise, and meditation, this seemingly simple life, it's four of the most basic and simple habits you can do to implement in your life that will absolutely help you fire up your day. Because if you start off your day groggy and grumpy and sad or angry or tired or confused, it becomes hard for you to get excited for the whole day. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to start off your day in a great fashion, all fired up, you want to have those four things in mind and implemented. Get a good night's sleep, eat, exercise, meditate. Don't believe the people that say, oh, I don't need to sleep. I'll sleep when I die. I mean, you're gonna feel like a dead person when you're sleeping not enough, because you're just gonna be groggy all the time. Again, this is based on empirical studies. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna give you a really cool, beautiful view of California, Southern California. That's Malibu way back there. This is when they talk about driving up the one freeway up the coast. It's one of the most beautiful drives in the world, all along the California coast. It takes about 9 hours if you drive up the California coast. There's a Pacific Ocean. Back there is the Santa Monica Pier, and one of the best things about Santa Monica and Southern California is there's so many beaches that run for miles and miles and miles. And you know, sometimes people will say, oh, I'm going to go to Hawaii, but to be honest, Santa Monica is much nicer than Hawaii. Well, there's great elements of Hawaii too that are nice, but if you go to Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, you might think of, oh, how amazing it is, but they literally have to ship the sand there, whereas here in Santa Monica, there's just so much sand that they don't need to ship anything. So, just gonna say hi, Ada, thanks for watching. Matt4, thanks for watching. I hope you all having a good day. Remember those 4 simple habits to fire up your day. Sleep better, exercise, eat, and meditate, especially meditate. Meditation is like a mental shower. It's one of the most powerful things you can do in life to literally reset, to erase, to just get all that stuff in your mind, all the fear, all the doubts, all the insecurities you might have. Just, it's one of the most amazing things. So if you don't meditate, if you're always feeling stressed out or angry or sad or depressed, you have these uneven mood swings, keep in mind that when you meditate, it'll help you exponentially have a much better, more stable, more emotionally sound life. Hopefully you're doing great, and I'll see you soon.